Hello, welcome everybody. I am Angry Bird. We're back with a new Steel Division 2 cast for you today. We've reached the finals of the Steel Division 2 League Division 2 playoffs. We have Sehandur versus Jack. The first game is coming up right now. Make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be pure action all the way, I'm sure of it. Let's have a look at the road to the finals for Sehandur and Jack. Sehandur picks up the round 1 victory 2-1 over Goaf. I'm sure that was a tight for Sehandur, but 2-0 over Tunique, which I think was a little bit unexpected. Jack, he came through seeded into the semi-finals, does pick up the victory 2-0 against Jasper and is straight through to the final. So who's the favourite here? It's really hard to tell. I think Jack has won all of his games bar Sehandur, and I know Sehandur has come into this on form, so I'm sure it's going to be an exciting matchup between the two players. Let's have a look at the decks. On the left hand side is Sehandur. He's playing the Pansari Division, new division from the Fate of Finland. He's playing them on Vanguard income. And let's have a look at this deck. It's very interesting, lots of Jakari, very strong right now. And up front, I must apologise about Finnish pronunciation. I haven't had a chance to properly read your comments about the pronunciation and take them on board yet, but I will do that for the future. We will get there. Unfortunately, I'm a bit strapped for time, so I'm just ploughing ahead now, and we'll have a look again very shortly, and I'll try and work on my pronunciation game. But we have lots of Jakari, 81 units total of infantry. Sehandur favouring Vanguard income here, so it looks like he's going to be looking for an early push. In terms of tanks, Pansari Division, they actually get, you know, some decent tanks. It's not overwhelmingly amazing, but they have T-34-85s. He's got 3 in A. They have Panzer 4Gs. He's got 9 in B. And they have Stugs. And I think they're the Stug 4 variants. He's got 12 of them at 2 stars. They're slightly different to a Stug 4. They do have a little bit extra frontal armour, but they're around about equivalent to a Stug 4 as far as I'm aware. They also have the ISU 152 in A phase. That could be particularly potent. They do have access to Pack 40s, 3 of them in A phase as well. And on top of that, they have a reasonably good air tab, the Blenheims, great bombers. You hear me mention them all the time. Ju-87s can get fantastic strikes if they're allowed to dominate the air, and the Ju-87 D5 cluster plane, 4 of them in B phase, they can take out tanks willy-nilly. So on the right hand side we have Jack. He's playing the 84th Guard stroke OV. So the question for Sehandur is, can he handle the IS-2s? Jack has 1 of them in A phase and then 3 of them in B phase. I'm sure he has more cards of IS-2s in this 84th Guard deck, but he's only opted to take 2 cards. Playing flatlining, I'm sure he gets at least another card of IS-2s. He is opting to play flatline income, so I guess, you know, income wise he will want to take it longer than Sehandur, but, you know, we'll still want a good early start. He's got the Cherno-Pizzaniki in A. They have been nerfed from 15 points to 20 points. It's been that way for, you know, a few months now, but still an important nerf to mention. Cherno-Pizzaniki were very, very strong at 15 points. At 20 points, I think they're, you know, balanced to where they should be, really. 2 cards of snipers, and, you know, be interesting to see how Jack uses those. He's got the OB-25s, the KV-85s in B. So he does have, you know, a reasonable amount of medium tanks, 6 T-34s and 6 KV-85s, but that KV-85 in B doesn't have a fantastic gun on it. Only has, I think, the equivalent of a 45mm gun. In terms of anti-tank planes, has that IL-237 to help him take out, you know, some of the numbers of lighter tanks that Sehandur can put down onto the battlefield, and, you know, that's about it, really. Let's head into the game. The game is underway. Let's catch it. Make sure we don't miss any action. Recap. On the left-hand side in blue, we have Sehandur playing Pansori Division on Vanguard income. Early Blenheim Mark 4 coming in for him. On the right-hand side in red, we have Jack playing the 84th Guard Stroke Hovey on flatline income. Very tense start. The Finnish troops are slow into the battlefield. They have to come in on the Ford truck. Blenheim drops its payload immediately into the centre ground. Doesn't really hit anything. Sehandur taking a chance there at trying to hit something coming in from Jack. Jack does start with a 1410, like I say, due to the slower speed of that Ford AA truck. Looks like a Yak 1B trying to chase down that Blenheim. I don't think he'll make it there in time to do that. In the centre we have, well, a lot of infantry units and a T-34E pushing forwards. It's going to be key to keep our eyes on there. Down in the south, Jack has a number of units, but then he also has Oglamachiki there as well, so Sehandur could take that area, but he doesn't have a real concentration of troops. Both players, I think, concentrating on at least the north and the centre areas. So, can Jack hold on in the north? With the units he's got at his disposal up against Jakari, I think that's going to be tough, especially with the leader unit behind. I think Sehandur will control that northern side. Oh, this pack 42mm gun making its way through the forest may well ambush the reinforcements before Jack can get them up into the northern side. That will be a pretty big hit for Sehandur if he manages to do that. In the centre, it looks fairly even for the moment. Two T-34s going at it. I think try to avoid themselves. The double sniper though getting to work from Sehandur. That can be pretty key in these central infantry battles. And down south, Sehandur is trying to make a move with the cavalry. May well be able to, has at least taken control of the flag, though Jack is pushing through the forest and sneaks a flag back there, but it's 12-12 right now. Up north, Sehandur has destroyed all of Jack's units up here, and that 42mm has done the job, ensuring that the reinforcements cannot make it through. Sehandur has a nice position there. Jack going to be pouring more reinforcements in, but is he aware of that M42 gun? I don't think he is. The captured Russian M42 gun, I'm sure, will start taking aim at those reinforcements. That could be quite a big blow for Jack, but he is holding on at the centre, at least for now. I think both sides are taking a number of losses here in the centre, but Jack still has units. Down goes the T-34 Elo to the captured 2-star T-34-76. That's a big hurt for Jack. He is pushing mortars in there, but they have been spotted by Sehandur. Looks like he's going to go for an attack with the Ju-87. One of the Oglamachikis made it through. I'm sure others have been shot down. Oh, Jack has now spotted the gun, or at least he's aware that he can't make it all the way forwards. Does manage to unload one after Machiki. A second Blenheim coming in to take out these mortars. This could be a key hit for Sehandur. I mean, mortars early on, they are quite a big investment. 60 points. The Ju-87 barely gets the strike there. Jack does survive with those mortars, but putting them under such threat early on, they're not actually going to be doing the job that they're meant to do, which is doing the mortaring. Putting down that suppressive artillery fire. So right now, they're going to have to spread out. They're going to have to, you know, get their morale back up, use suppression, and at least one of them is close to being taken out. T-34E coming down to the southern side. But there is already another, is that a Pack 40? I think that is a Pack 40, yeah, Pack 40 waiting for it. Already in place, so. And it has used a fair bit of its ammunition. I think it's the HE shells, yeah, it's got no more HE shells left on it. Sehandur has recovered a flag in the south. It's still 12-12 right now. Oh, but look at the front line push here due to the Jakari right behind this unit of Guardia DP. The mortars are back into action. Can Jack hold on to the centre? There are two T-34-76s here. And Jack only has one T-34E. There's also a number of T-28Es coming in as well. I'd love to get a look at that unit, but I don't want to miss the action right now. A lot of smoke being thrown in onto the battlefield by those mortars. Jack trying to cover himself right now. The snipers coming to action. Another Blenheim coming down onto that mortar. Sehandur perfectly, you know, following that mortar, spotting it, and bringing in the air assets. No anti-air right now for Jack, and these mortars are going to be in a world of pain, especially this one up north. Surely it's going to go down. Ooh, the one down south goes down. If the one up north goes down, that's 120 points lost early on of mortars. 7 minutes into this game, it does go down. Big loss for Jack. It is not what you want early on into this game. You want those mortars providing consistent fire for the entire game, really. So yeah, a bit of a loss there, but Sehandur doing fantastic to target them early on with his Blenheims and his Ju-87s. No anti-air up from Jack, so maybe he's going to have to invest in some. Does have the fighters, has his own IL-237, has the bombs deactivated, so he's purely going to be using this as an anti-tank gun platform with those 37mm AP rounds. Will he pick up some kills here? Ooh, no. The plane just fails to align there, so there is a little bit of a bug happening with planes right now. Actually mentioning, this is being played on a patch, I think approximately 2 weeks to film in, so by the time this comes out, this game will be you know, a number of weeks old, and I think this issue has now been fixed. Yeah, it is now firing. Does kill that T-34-76. So it did have to go around there, make sure it had the target spot on. But Jack is suffering this centre ground. His infantry's gone down. Just one Guardia DP remaining, one T-34E. He just about controls the ground, but that's about it for now. Blenheim's coming in to hit those Cherno-Pizzaniki on the hill. Will they be able to retreat in time? Jack trying to fall them back, but I think this time Sehandur having the issue with the line in. Does allow Jack to follow that in with the Yak-1B, but will he get the kill here? He may well be able to do that. I don't think the plane's going to be able to get on the back of that Blenheim, and actually the rear gun hitting the critical there. The radiator overheating. That plane is going to have to fall back. Ju-87 coming in to strike. A poor sighted position there. I think Sehandur has seen the OB-25s in action down here and has assumed it's in that position. It is normally a favourite position of players to put them in this area, so Sehandur making a guess there but not quite getting it right. The Yak-1B back in action. Is he going to chase down this Blenheim? He should do. He's not circled around correctly though, and maybe he'll go for it this time. Jack is 13-11 up at this point. The South is holding him in this game. The Yak-1B is just not following orders right now. Real issues with these planes. Like I say, as far as I'm aware, this has now been fixed by Eugen, and there were some bugs at this stage of the game. It's a shame that the finals are being affected by this, but both players are dealing with the same, so I guess, you know, it's, you know, the Blenheim failed as well to align on target, so both players are dealing with the same issues. It is affecting both players. So the Kavari are hit by their P3. The Yak-1B has reordered to try and take out those snipers. Should get the kill here, you'd hope. No, unfortunately not. The strafing has been nerfed. In comes the Ju-87 again. These are big strikes coming down from these aircraft, making a lot of damage. So it looks like Jack has taken care of the M42 gun up in the north and is now trying to push back in with Guardia supported by KV-8S and T-34E tanks. Will he be able to do that? I think with the number of infantry there supported by the tanks, I think he's going to be able to do that. So let's make sure we keep our eyes on that. Sehandur continuing with the Blenheim strikes over and over again. Will he be able to take out these after Machiki? I don't think it's quite on target. I think again he's guessing the position. Yeah, he's guessing that position there. But the pressure is on from Sehandur. Finally we get some AA in here. It's a Xenon 85mm. That will help out if any tanks, you know, come up to the edge as well. It does have that AT gun capability. The infantry finally make it up there. Sehandur is having to retreat. And will Jack be able to take back that position? Sehandur wants him to move into the forest though. These Shikari, they have the Molotovs. So they are much better at fighting at, you know, 100-meter range. Ooh, Jack could take out the leader here. That would be a pretty key kill very early on. Sehandur now realising microing that leader back. That was close. And a number of these units also are low on ammunition, or at least low on SVT ammunition. Well, it's not the SVT, it is the SVT. I was right the first time. I think this KV-8S, ooh, I was going to say it could do a lot of damage, but actually the Jikari, they have the Panzerfaust on them. And those Molotovs getting to work, quickly dispatching the Guardia DP in front of them. Sehandur rushing in reinforcements. There's a Dornier on the way as well, targeting that KV. Ooh, will the KV go down? He's pushed it right in there, quickly realising and reversing it. It does go down to the Panzerfaust. Does get a shot of its flamethrower away, but it's not enough. The Panzerfaust picks up the kill. Sehandur reinforces with infantry. Oh my daisy. Suppresses what's there with the bombing strike from that Dornier and picks up surrenders surely with the rest. Wow, that was a big points investment for Jack. He's now 15-9 down. Sehandur controls a large portion of this battlefield in the north, the centre, and it's really only the south that he's kind of struggling with. But Jack, the units he's got here aren't great. I think once Sehandur actually reveals the units, he'll easily take down the Guardia DP and the Cherno-Pizzaniki, pick up these 2 flags. So he's in a very good position right now, is Sehandur. Is Jack going to be able to make his way back into this game? I think if he does, he's going to have to take it to the absolute brink. 15-9 down right now. The Xenon 85mm finally getting into action, trying to hit that Blenheim. I think Sehandur's actually changed targets there. The Yak-1B as well. Trying to get itself into action, but there are 2 Bofors basically in action. Bofors are good anti-air unit, so Sehandur forcing back that Yak-1B. The perfect response to these anti-air units as well would be to mortar them, but you know, earlier Jack lost his mortars to those bombing strikes from Sehandur, so struggling, I think, at the start of this game. He has managed to pick up another flag. I think he's recovered this one. Oh, the Stug did go down to the IL-237, but a lot of infantry coming in now from Sehandur. Jikari coming down to this southern flag, and they're actually going to find them an easy flag to take. The Guardia are stuck in the forest right now, not able to handle the infantry coming through. And once these Cherno-Pizzanikis go down, which they are going to go down, I mean, they're surrounded by so many units here. Sehandur's possibly going to pick up another 2 flags. He could well find himself up at a 17 flag lead, which would be pretty major at this point of the game. 16-8. I think if he goes up to 17-7, I think he will halve the timer once again. I'm not sure whether it's 17-7 or 18-6. Let's see. 17-7, yeah, it must be 18-6 halves the timer. So Jack's got 11 minutes to get himself back into this game. And he's on flatline income versus Vanguard, so he doesn't have that great an advantage. We are in B phase, he has 10 points a minute extra, but 1,000 points. I mean, he's got, well, in 10 minutes time he'll have 1,000 points plus an extra 20, so he'll probably have about, yeah, probably about 1,000 points extra. If Sehandur digs himself in, that's a big ask for Jack, and that's the extra he's got to deal with. So yeah, that will, ooh, down go. Oh, and Jack surrenders. Jack surrenders. I don't know whether it was the flak gun going down there or just the culmination of the position that Jack found himself in. But 16 minutes exactly. Jack does throw in the towel of this first match of the best of 5 between the 2 best players in Division 2. Sehandur picks up first blood. And congratulations, Sehandur. 1,700 kills to 1,100 losses. So yeah, in a 16-minute match, around about 600 points extra is actually a really good, you know, kill death ratio. Let's have a quick look at the kills. OB25 actually picking up 2 tank kills. That's actually Jack's kills. We'll come back to them. Sehandur's kills, Blenheim's right from the start. The Jakari, just fantastic infantry units. They really are. And I think since this game, Molotov cocktails have been nerfed to the point where you can only carry 2 per squad. I don't know whether that would have affected the Jakari at this point in time, but this is a nerf that's taken place after these finals have been completed. So it should go in some part to kind of lower the power of these Molotov cocktail carrying units, and the Finnish are very much affected by that. Almost all their units carry Molotov cocktails, the Jakari especially strong. You can see it here, and they're killing after Machikis as well, like big kills. What else? Here we have the strikes from the Blenheims, getting the kills on the 82mm mortars. I think that was quite a key action from Sehandur, because I mean he picked up the kills around about the 6-minute mark of the game, but he actually had an earlier bombing strike in at around about the 4-minute mark, I would say. Like 4 minutes in the game to be targeting and destroying, basically nullifying the use of those mortars. That's really key, and that was 120 points lost for Jack, like really early on, before they even, you know, really got to use their ordnance. I think that was quite a key strike, because if those 82mm mortars could have been, you know, constantly firing on those central positions of Sehandur, Jack could maybe have held him up for much longer in that central area. Okay, let's have a quick look at the kills. We mentioned the OB25 actually picking up a T3476 kill and a T28E kill, so nice job from that OB25. Does have the heat shells on it to do that, but still a good job taking out tanks. The T34E here does completely outmatch the T28, obviously different generations of tanks, but it does show that the Pansari Divisioner, they are kind of vulnerable at times outside of their, you know, outside of the good equipment they have. They kind of have some weak equipment. So they have some good equipment that you have to use well, but if, as a defending player against their attacks, if you can get through that good equipment, they can be outmatched. And the Xeno 85mm did get an actual T3485 kill before it went down at the very end. So there we have it, the first game. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Hopefully the sound was okay. Let me know in the comments below. I'm always having sound issues, but hopefully we're getting the sound around about okay. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game. Head into my Discord, the link is in the description, and chat to me afterwards about the game. Anyway, thanks very much guys for watching. I am Angry Birds. I will see you next time.